Jai Shri Krishna. So today we are starting with the psychology of selling, and let's begin with the introduction. The imagination is literally the workshop wherein are fashioned all plans created by men. Napoleon Hill. The purpose of this book is to give you a series of ideas, strategies and techniques that you can use immediately to make more sales faster and more easily than ever before. In the pages ahead, you will learn to get more out of yourself and out of your selling career that than you may have ever thought possible. You will learn how to double, triple, even quadruple your sales and your income within a few months or as little as a few weeks. This book is the written version of my internationally successful The Psychology of Selling audio sales program. Since this program was originally produced, it has been translated into 16 languages and is used in 24 countries. It is the best selling professional sales training program in history. Become a millionaire. According to follow up research on graduates of the audio program, most salespeople have become millionaires by listening to and applying these ideas than by any other sales training process ever developed. Using this material, I have personally trained more than 500,000 salespeople worldwide, from thousands of companies and from virtually every industry. It really works. My own story. I did not graduate from high school. Instead, as a young man, I went off to see the world. I worked at manual labor type jobs for a few years until I had enough money to begin traveling. I worked my way on a Norwegian freighter across the North Atlantic and then traveled by bicycle, bus, truck, and train around Europe, across Africa, and eventually to the Far East. I never missed a meal, but I did postpone a lot of them indefinitely. When I could no longer find a manual labor job, in desperation, I got into sales. It seems that most of the decisions we make in life are similar to backing up in the night and hitting something and then getting out to see what it was. In this case, for me, it was a sales job. Basic training. I was hired on straight commission and got the three-part sales training program. Here's your cards, here's your brochures, there's the door. Armed with this training, I began my sales career cold calling, knocking on office doors during the day and knocking on residential doors in the evenings. The person who hired me couldn't sell, but he told me that sales is a numbers game. He said that all I had to do was talk to enough people and eventually I would find someone who would buy. We call this the mud against the wall method of selling. If you throw enough mud against the wall, somewhere, somehow, some of it will stick. This wasn't much, but it was all I had. Then someone told me that sales was really not a numbers game, rather, it was a rejection game. The more rejections you collect, the more sales you are likely to get. Equipped with this advice, I ran from place to place so I could get rejected more often. They said that I had the gift of gab, so I used it. When a person seemed uninterested, I would speak louder and faster. But even though I hurried from prospect to prospect and spoke louder and faster to each person, I was barely holding on by my fingernails. The turning point. After 6 months of struggling, making just enough sales to pay for my single room in a small guest house, I went to the most successful guy in our company and asked him what he was doing differently from me. I wasn't afraid of hard work. I would get up at 5 or 6 in the morning, prepare for the day, waiting in the parking lot at 7 a.m. when my first prospects come to work. I worked all day long, going from office to office and company to company. In the evenings, I would knock on residential doors until 9 or 10 at night. If the light was on, I would make the call. The top salesman in my office who was only a couple of years older than me, had a completely different approach. He would roll into the office about 9 o'clock. A few minutes later, a prospect would come in and they would sit and talk. After a few minutes' conversation, the prospect would take out his checkbook and write a check for a product. The salesman would then go out that morning and make another couple of sales and then have lunch with another prospect. In the afternoon, he would make another couple of sales and then perhaps have a drink or dinner with another prospect. He was selling 5 and 10 times as much as me or anyone else in our office, and he hardly seemed to be working at all. Training makes the difference. It turned out that he had worked for a Fortune 500 company when he was younger. That company had spent 16 months training him intensively in the process of professional selling. With those skills, he could then go to work for any company or industry and sell any product or service in virtually any market. Because he knew how to sell, he could sell circles around people like me even though he was working half the time or less. This discovery changed my life. When I asked him what he was doing differently, he said, "Well, show me your sales presentation and I'll critique it for you." That was my first problem. I had no idea what a sales presentation looked like. I had heard that there was such a thing, but I had never seen one by myself. I said, "You show me yours and I'll show you mine." He was patient and polite. He said, "Okay, but here is a basic sales presentation from beginning to end." He then walked me step by step through a sales presentation for a product. Instead of using a speech or clever one-liners to get attention or to overcome resistance, he asked a series of logical questions from general to specific that were ideally suited to a genuine prospect. At the end of the series of questions, it had become perfectly clear to the prospect that he could use and benefit from our product. The final question was simply to close the sale. Take action immediately. I wrote everything down. Fortified with this new approach to selling, I went out and started calling on prospects once more. But this time, instead of talking, I asked questions. Rather than trying to overwhelm the prospect with the features and benefits of my product, I focused on learning about the prospect's situation and how I could best help him or her. With this new method, my sales went up. Then I learned about books on selling. I had no idea that some of the best salespeople in the world had written some of the best ideas on selling in books. I began reading everything I could find on selling, spending the first 2 hours of every day studying and taking notes. Next, I learned about audio learning. It changed my life. I began to listen hour after hour to audio programs as I worked from office to office. I listened to them in the morning, I listened to them in the evening. I rehearsed and practiced the best sentences and phrases from the best salespeople until I could recite them in my sleep, and my sales went up and up. Then I discovered sales seminars. I thought I had died and gone to heaven. I had no idea how much you could learn from a sales seminar. I began to take every seminar and course I could find, even if I had to travel long distances, which I did, and which I could eventually afford to do, and my sales continued to increase. Moving into management, my sales were so high that my company made me a sales manager. They said, "Whatever you are smoking, find some people who want to get into sales and share it with them." I began to recruit salespeople off the street and through newspaper ads. I showed them my methodology and process of selling. They walked out the door and began making sales immediately. Today, many of them are millionaires and multi-millionaires. Be the best. The simple idea that changed my life was the discovery of the law of cause and effect. What this law says is that there is a cause for every effect, that everything happens for a reason. Success is not an accident. Failure is not an accident either. In fact, success is predictable. It leaves tracks. Here is a great rule. If you do what other successful people do, over and over again, nothing in the world can stop you from eventually getting the same results that they do. And if you don't, nothing can help you. Remember that. Everyone in the top 10% in sales today started in the bottom 10%. All who are now doing well were once doing poorly. Everyone at the front of the line of life started at the back of the line, and in every case, what these top people did was learn from the experts. They discovered what other top people were doing to be successful, and they did the same things themselves again and again until they get the same results. And so can you. Use what you learn. Sometimes I ask my sales audience, what's the most popular piece of home exercise equipment in America? After a little hesitation, I tell them it's the treadmill. Americans spend more than $1 billion on treadmills every single year. Then I ask a second question. If you buy a treadmill and take it home, what will determine how much benefit you get from that treadmill? They answer, the benefit you get will depend on how often you use it and how long you use it each time. Here's my point. There is no question about whether or not the treadmill will give you the results you seek. That has already been established. Everyone knows that if you use a treadmill regularly and for an extended period of time, you will get definite health benefits. The strategies and techniques you learn in these books are very much like a treadmill. There is no question about whether or not they work. They are used by all the highest paid salespeople in every industry worldwide. They are tested and proven. The more you use these methods, the better you will get at them and the better and faster results you will achieve. By practicing what you learn in the pages ahead, you will move into the top 10% of sales professionals in your field and become one of the highest paid people in the world. Is this a good goal for us to achieve together? If you feel it is, let's get started. Whatever the mind of man can conceive and believe, it can achieve.